Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and about your family?
I have my own business. I stay at home as a hairdresser, and just recently I've just got a job with a special school as a teacher's aide. I have 3 gorgeous boys, 1 in high school, 2 in primary school. They're a handful, but they're a good handful. They're very active.
Are you able to tell me the place you were before you joined Acceleration?
I wasn't in a very I love myself state of mind. I think I was trying every single diet. Nothing was happening, nothing was working. I wasn't very proud of myself. Yeah, I felt like I was probably just drifting along. I was very unplanned, very all over the shop type of a mum, getting through the days, not much routine. Yeah, I didn't really have much
for yourself. It was more routine for the kids and their structures.
That's right. That's right. It was more for them. They had the sports, they did that, and I just fitted in where I needed to fit in with. I'll definitely drink Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a Wednesday every now and then. And I was drinking wine. It'll be a bottle that I'll drink to myself. Sometimes, depending, it could be a bottle and a half. I was very ashamed of it. I didn't want anyone to know that I was doing it because I knew it wasn't a good thing to do, that it was a trap that I was in. And I guess it was because I just didn't see any point, so may as well drink. I was not putting any of the right foods that would help me. I would overeat. I would eat, especially when I was drinking, I'd eat at like midnight because I was hungry. So I'd be drinking. Then the next day I'd eat crap again because I was hungover, and all my body craved was anything fatty.
We spoke a lot then about your mentality around being on the wagon and off the wagon.
So I would, just say the morning. So I'd have a shake or something really good for myself in the morning. And then I'll go and do the shopping. And in the afternoon, I'll have a Snickers. Then I'll go, oh, stuff it. I may as well have the chips now. I'll stuff it. I may as well drink now. I'll stuff it. I may as well have a pizza for dinner. I'll stuff it. I'll start tomorrow. And then I'll wake up the next day and no, I can't. I have to have chips. I have to have this because I blew out the day before. And so I'll go, I'll forget about it. I'll start next week. I'll start on Monday because for some reason my weeks always had to start on Monday.
Yeah, I think they do.
If I stuffed up on Monday, oh well, start the next Monday. So it was never going to start. I was on this merry-go-round and never actually making any real effort to do it.
And so what do you think you've learned about yourself over the last 4 months?
That I am a good mum, that I am a good person. I can do this. I can change myself. I used to think that I just needed to change I didn't need to change me. I just need to help my family, but that's not the case at all. I realized that with myself learning and talking and using different terms and different terminology for food and around the dinner table, explain to them you need to fuel your body. Me understanding that I need to fuel my body as well. That has been a huge change with us. And as I said, my boys are very active. I love that them lifts up weight. I'm moving and I'm doing those type of stuff, and they can get involved. I feel like I've come so far in 4 months that I'm excited to see what the rest of my life is going to be like. I can look at myself and go, yeah, you're all right. You're not bad. You're doing well. Back, I'll be like, oh, you're just a failure. You're a complete failure. I feel like I can do this. I feel like this is something that is going to be a keeper, permanent thing in my life. So it does make such a difference in how you speak to yourself. I didn't realize I was speaking so badly about myself until it was put in front of me. Opened up, seeing what I'm actually saying to myself. This is the only person you're ever going to be. So be a bit kinder to yourself. And then when I'd speak to you after listening to a self-love webinar, you would then confirm back it with realizing that there's no real end date to this. It's going to be a constant journey. I've been a lot more happier, a lot more freer in the sense of not judging myself as much. It's like a weight was lifted because I always felt like there was expectations. There are expectations to meet for myself, but they're my expectations. Taking that on board has changed my way of thinking of all of this. Felt that I was always exploding at them.
Yeah.
But within doing this, my stress levels come down. I'm starting to love myself, which is good, which is a nice feeling. It's nice to feel proud of myself. Then realize that I've got this now. I can fall off the wagon and get straight back up on again and don't dwell on it. One thing that I find myself saying to myself when I have my days that I get a bit slack with food.
We all do.
Yeah. I sort of correct it before it gets blown out.
Absolutely. But that's exactly what it is. It's about working out the balance rather than actually going, no, you can have that stuff. And it keeps the balance and it keeps you moving forward and also keeps you mentally feeling better. It's those small adjustments that add up.
Yeah. But back, I would go, oh, well, I've had that, then I'll just have whatever now. I'm not actually falling off any wagon. I'm just correcting my balance a little bit.
Hey, you're quitting the dieting mentality. We did it.
Yes. As I said, I have my days where my brain just goes, I can't think. But those days are getting less. And the planned days that I'm doing and I'm not even realizing I'm doing is happening more and more. I think at the start it seemed like such a huge obstacle to overcome that I didn't know where to tackle it. The way that your program runs, it's very clever because it's done it, and I've done it without me knowing that I've done it. So that obstacle that was there just vanished. I don't know when or how, but it just vanished. It's odd for me not to be prepared for the next day now. Whereas back in the day, I used to go, I'll wing it, whatever. We'll just pull out some frozen pizzas, you know. And I think another thing that I always thought of changing my life, that I would be bored, that I would miss out on drinking or chocolates, but it's really not that case at all. It's actually the opposite. You're actually enjoying life a lot more because you're actually taking benefits from the good shit out of life, not all the bad stuff that during all this process, I'm knocking the alcohol down. The actual times that I get to spend with my boys are so much better because I'm not pushing myself to just try and get through the day, just try and get through to the night. I'm actually there and I'm present and I'm enjoying seeing that happen without me even realizing it happened as well. So you're very sneaky. In a good way. As you said, I can't copy your routine because your life and your routine is so much different to my life, my routine. And as for everyone else, it's not a cookie cut solution. It's taking on board all the information and all the knowledge that you've got to give us, and then us fitting it into our life. At the start, I thought, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to do this. How am I going to do that? No, that won't work. What about this? The biggest problem is that I started giving up. I think that's why. I think, and I felt, you know, I'm not giving enough to the kid. This is consuming too much of me. But really what was probably happening is the flip side of it is that, no, you're starting to change. You're starting to go through the processes and things are changing. And it was almost like I was fighting against the changes.
Yeah, which was something that we discussed in that first call, was your self-sabotage. That when things started to change, that you would feel like resistance against it and then you would stop.
Yep, exactly. But I didn't, and I haven't. So that's a good thing. That's a win.
Yay! You're for the flip side.
It's a huge win, actually. It's a huge win.
We did it.
We are. It feels good. It feels good. That's huge. And I thought, saying those things, I'm never going to get there.